Today we need to get into Jung Kook being gay shamed online and what happened there. We need to get into a fake Jung Kook sex tape and why that is in conversation. And then we have Taehyung talking about HYBE's contract renewal. So hey Dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Hate it or not, make sure you subscribe to it with the notification bell on. Grab your dumpling, taste Blink mug merch, and let's go. If you are not aware, the BTS members had a documentary called BTS Monument Beyond the Star. This is a behind-the-scenes documentary where the boys show a lot of the moments that were never shown in their series, posted online, none of that. And the moments we are seeing now are more moments that are a little controversial and create more conversation, which is very smart. I don't know if this is intentional, but the fact of the matter is a lot of the topics that are discussed in the documentary are creating conversations online that are even conversations outside of the BTS fandom and more commentary on the K-pop industry as a whole. One thing that Taehyung talked about that was both shocking but also very much a sentiment to how K-pop is as a whole was his loyalty to his group. Taehyung mentioned that he put his own solo activities and solo endeavors aside so he could make all the other BTS members happy. So dropping his own activities to help the group grow and having a more collective mentality rather than a selfish one. And this is why I say that when people argue to say that the boys secretly want to leave, it's clear that they care more about each other than the idea of leaving. Because yeah, they care about their own career and having one, but they care more about BTS's career than their own individual one. And bottom line is, the individual boys have yet to create a work of art that has superseded the impact of BTS as a group. So not only do they prefer to be together, but they are stronger together. There is constantly this narrative that HYBE disrespects Taehyung or hurts Taehyung, and then fans use that argument to say that Taehyung needs to leave or go solo. However, this is ridiculous. Taehyung does not need to do anything except what he loves and what he wants to do, and we can see from the documentary that no one has pointed a gun to his head when it comes to going solo. This conversation came after Taehyung was supposed to decide whether he wanted to renew his contract or not, and ultimately chose to renew it with HYBE and with BTS. I like to also say that BTS members have choices. They're not stuck and forced to do anything. And I can understand why that concept can be hard to understand for many of the younger fans in the fandom. However, something that I always say, if you don't understand, then don't talk. But when the younger fans are in school, they think that they're forced to be there because they are. But as you get older and out of school or turn 16, very quickly you see that you're not actually forced to do anything. You can do anything you want. You just need to face the consequences of those actions. So Taehyung can 100% go solo and ditch the other members, but he will be facing the consequences of losing those friendships and losing the success that being in BTS would have. And so the fact that he is still choosing to be in BTS is such a clear sign that he loves the group and wants to be in it. I think that sometimes the boys actually need some new viewers rather than going solo. The reason I say viewers and not supporters is because those supporting BTS, y'all amazing, but the random viewers that are the ones that are demanding a specific member go solo or sending hate, and those people need to piss off. There's this trend right now where it's this huge, very terrible, inappropriate hate towards Jung Kook. This is exactly why people are scared and idols are scared to do anything that they want to do, because being a quote-unquote good K-pop idol is not humanly possible. These fans want a K-pop idol who just makes music and gets a billion streams without promotion. They want the K-pop idol to work with someone who has never committed a sin in their life. And in the entertainment industry, good freaking luck. The reason a lot of people are in entertainment is because they want to live a life on their own terms and be creative. And if you work in entertainment, you can vouch for me when I say 9 times out of 10, when you're on set, someone's either smoking, getting high, drinking a lot, or going to do that later. However, a K-pop idol can't even look at people who have done any of those things without them getting in severe backlash. Jung Kook is getting a backlash for working with one of the biggest producers in the industry, Scooter Braun. People are saying such disgusting things that are within the lines of Jung Kook sleeping with Scooter in order to get streams or to get a #1. I won't explicitly say or show exactly what people are saying, but if you just use your dirtiest, darkest imagination to think about what could be said, it's being said about Jung Kook and Scooter. And he's essentially being gay shamed all over the internet. And Jimin too, but that's another story. And the reason people are saying this is because they think that Scooter has paid for the success of Jung Kook and that Jung Kook doesn't deserve it. Now let me explain how this doesn't make even a little bit of sense. You can't pay for success and you can't get success from sleeping with someone. It doesn't work that way. And I know everyone has arguments. What if you sleep with a producer? What if you sleep with a sugar daddy? And what I have to say is the industry is not like that. If you sleep with a producer, let's say He is the most powerful producer. He is the one that calls the shots. By the way, the odds of someone actually being able to sleep with someone like, let's say, Walt Disney, if they were still alive, is low. Because how do you even go about meeting such a person when you're like an upcoming new artist? But fine, let's say you do. The producer now finishes his deal, puts you on TV, on radio, on billboards, everything. But you're not a talented artist. You can barely hold a note and there's no talent there. In fact, it's even very cringy to watch. The producer who just put you on TV and radio is now losing millions because no one is tuning in anymore. The producer has to take you off air or they lose their entire business and all of their ratings. And for what? Some sex? Everyone likes to bring up the Kardashians. So talentless, but they sleep with people to stay on air. Their show is one of the highest grossing shows on TV. People actually like to watch them, which is why they're on air. And that is why they're getting renewed, because they make the TV network money. That's what the network cares about. Now, the exact same thing goes for Jung Kook. If Scooter didn't see any potential in working with Jung Kook and didn't see any possibility of growth, Scooter would not put any money to promote Jung Kook, even if they slept together, because the time and money that Scooter is putting into Jung Kook is worth more, and why would he waste it on someone who has no potential? And again, over what? Sex, potentially millions of dollars by working with Jung Kook and getting royalties from him, or 5 to 10 minutes of sex. Which one would you want? Like, what is even this logic? This goes even further as people are accusing Jung Kook of having a tape, and the tape is obviously not Jung Kook, but it's being spread as Jung Kook. So I need to give some backstory on what happened before and what is going on. So someone posted a video that appeared like Jung Kook holding a woman and playing with her in his apartment. The alleged Jung Kook was shirtless and it was blurry. You couldn't see all the details, but you could see a sleeve tattoo, so it appeared like the mystery Jung Kook was Jung Kook. People then used other pieces of evidence to make it further seem like Jung Kook by talking about the placement of his thermostat or whatever it was on the wall. They compared the leaked blurry video of the alleged Jung Kook to a video of Jung Kook live streaming to say that the placement of the things on the wall are similar. However, this was later debunked as people were saying that the person trying to make it look like Jung Kook flipped the video to make it look like those things were on the same side of the wall for the blurry video. People were saying in the live stream you can easily see that the things on Jung Kook's wall are actually on the other side, and they proved that by showing Jung Kook walking there, vlogging there, and coming out from that side. It's clear that these people had attempted to do something to make Jung Kook look bad, and the thing that it irks me here is that even if all of this was true, Jung Kook actually did the thing he's being accused of, it's not a bad thing. He didn't break the law, and I understand if a parent was writing to say that Jung Kook drinking or getting tattoos sets a bad example for their kids. Like, I don't agree, but I understand why that would get backlash. And I understand if a parent was writing to say that Jung Kook's drinking or getting tattoos sets a bad example for their kids. Like, I don't agree, but I understand why that would get backlash. But what I don't understand is when there's people who are not worried about their kids, they're not even thinking about kids, they're just disappointed for themselves that a K-pop idol they love and admire is an actual real human being and like not above human nature. Like, they're never supposed to desire human connection or anything like that. But before I get comments saying I'm being dramatic or whatever, y'all remember the time a K-pop idol Bobby had to apologize for getting married? Is this a life you want your idol to have? To be scared to love, to be scared to have a family? Because every time such little things like cursing or hugging a woman makes you feel concerned, this is what it does to the idol. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.